My beautiful people, to all my 4 viewers, maybe even 5 or 6 if I'm lucky. I'm coming here to talk to you guys about the age from 18 to 21 and how it will be the most confusing time of your life. Okay? Hear me out. I'm going to tell you how miserable it gets, how up or downright miserable and disturbing and terrible it gets, baby. Let's get to it. On the real note, though, 18 to 21, I got some notes here just so I can some topics I can pick up on so I'm not just all over the place, right? But I mean, you're 18, you're old enough to vote, but you're not old enough to drink Malort. You know what I mean? You can rent an apartment, but you still can't get a dance from the cariñosas. So, you really can't do much when you're 18. 18, 19, 20, they all kind of fall into a similar place. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're 18, you get a fresh set of wheels, and you can get a nice little job, nothing crazy, but you're still in that range where you can't go out and experience full life yet. You can still have the training wheels on. You're still a kid, not a kid no more, but you're a young adult, a very young adult, clearly. And your options are limited. People are going to talk to you a certain kind of way when you're 18, 19, 20. Because you're just out of high school, you haven't really gotten, unless you had a job in high school, but assuming you haven't, you don't really got a good view of what life outside of school is like and what it's like working these jobs, these 9-to-5 jobs that aren't very fun. When you meet people who have been at those companies for 20 plus years, you know what I mean? It's a whole different way of life, completely different way of life. Pretty straight to the point, you hear it all the time. Right, you're gonna turn 18 and everyone's gonna tell you, use your time wisely. Don't waste your early 20s just sitting around rotting, not doing shit. I know what it's like to get out of school and want to take a gap year and just kind of lay back and kick back, and you're free to do that, but within reason, within limits. Don't become bum. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a bum. Once you kind of engrave that in your head at a young age, like 18, it's real hard to unlearn that behavior. These are times when you want to kind of get out and just kind of start like acclimating yourself to the real world. I'll touch on that in a bit like broader wise, but you're gonna have to learn how to ignore the noise. What I mean by that, right? Ignore the noise, man. You're gonna have buddies and family and coworkers and all these new people to be around who are not always going to swing you in the right direction. You know what I mean? You're going to have buddies who want to take you out to, it starts simple. Let's go smoke some bud, or let's go do this or that, and, go have fun, within your limits. But you can kind of tell when somebody's sketchy and don't feel like you're obligated to kind of stick around said person just because, you have this history, or, sometimes history or not, the signs are there. It's not somebody you should be around. If they're clearly swinging far right or far left or doing their thing, they're dropping off the deep end, you probably shouldn't be right behind them, driving 100 miles per hour, trying to catch up to them. You get what I'm saying? I'm really bad at analogies, but you shouldn't just use common sense. It sucks to kind of cut things off, but just be wary of what you're doing and what you're taking in. Because right now, these are times where, like I said earlier, you're gonna learn a lot of things, and it's hard to unlearn bad behaviors. I'm still having to deal with stuff I messed up in, right? Like I said earlier, you don't want a bed rot, right? You're gonna have a lot of free time now. Almost an ungodly amount of free time. Because the thing is, you really got free will. So you don't gotta work a job. You can just go do whatever the hell you want. You're a grown adult now. If you wanna be a bum, you could be a bum. But ideally, you'll work a job. You'll bring in checks. And you'll have your free time on the weekends or whenever, or when you're getting out of work. And you're gonna have time to indulge in your passions. Don't let your passions die. There's a fortune out there. He's probably looking at me like a weirdo. Who gives a fuck? Don't let your passions die, man. Use that free time to indulge in what you like. I'm talking about diving in, because you have all this time right now to really, I mean, whether it's guitar or music or photography, if I had indulged more in my hobbies when I was younger, I would have been so much more proficient. I could sit down, and instead of having to feel like I'm clocking into a job, like to learn all these techniques on my things, I could just be, I would have learned how to just, these workflows, you know what I mean? You learn how to operate better in your talent, in your passion, so you could actually enjoy it. Make some time for creative projects with your buddies or by yourself. You know, this is gonna tie in too, but I'll just bring it in now, I guess. Don't let people's like outward opinions. I mean, you could take, you know, there's nothing wrong with criticism, right? But don't be afraid to just to throw stuff out there because of you know, what so and so will think. All within reason too. You got a digital footprint, so don't be on the line saying crazy things. You know, same with your buddies, right? But whatever. But yeah, within reason, man. Like, people are always gonna talk. I'm still trying to get over this. As a kid, I used to make videos, but it was different because I was a kid. I was in high school, middle school. You know, no free of judgment. I mean, you see the same kids every day or whatever. Now it's different. You know, you're seeing the same adults every day, but they got responsibilities. You're gonna feel it's a different way. You know what I mean? It's a different way people will, I guess, perceive you now. But don't let that push you away from what you want to do. You want to make music, make a song, put it out, advertise it, do whatever you want to do. You know, people are gonna talk. Those same guys are going home, cranking it, not doing nothing, sitting on their couch, playing Diablo. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I like you. But you know, you get what I'm saying? People are always gonna talk. I'm trying to get out of this habit because it's kind of hard. It was something I never struggled with before, and then I took too much to heart. At a certain point, I felt like I'm grown now. I shouldn't be doing these things. That's time wasted. I sat just marinating and things and like these perceived thoughts of me, but at the end of the day, it's like, what does that person's opinion have to do with what I'm doing in my life? Let's see what else I got. Be a sponge. Sometimes, a lot of the time, like 18 and 21 and just in general, I mean, this just goes out through life, right? Take a sip of this. You don't know everything, and that's okay. You don't gotta know everything. And saying that, to learn everything, sometimes you gotta just shut the hell up and sit in the shit for a bit and just absorb and be a sponge. I mean, you're gonna work in 9-to-5 jobs. You're gonna learn. A lot of these people are fucking lost, and they're fucking crabby, and they're gonna treat you bad. But just take what you can from these people. Be a sponge. Become self-sufficient. Whether this is at work or just your own day-to-day life. Your buddy needs help with his car, show up. He might know more about things than you. You know, you can learn these things, and it might not seem like it, but I mean, fixing a caliper on a car, things go hand in hand inevitably. You know what I mean? You learn how to use a ratchet. You learn how to use a power tool. You know, you fix your buddy's car, you're using the impact, you're using the drill. Oh, my cabinet at my house broke. I know how to use a power tool. I know how to use a drill. I know how to put a bracket. I know how to use screws. You don't got to call nobody. There's like a certain self-reliance that you build and a certain sense of, I don't want to say ego, but pride, just knowing that like you're fixing things on your own. You don't got to be, what's the word? You won't be clueless in situations. You just, it's like self-reliance is a good thing. Then it takes time to really become self-reliant. I mean, I'm young, so I still have a lot to learn, and that's okay. But there's a lot of things I do know already, and I don't gotta go outward to find people, to contract people, to hire people, to talk to so-and-so to get these things done. I can do it myself and save time, money, and like I said, the pride that comes with it is just phenomenal. Just knowing you got that working. I mean, your mama's car break. Would you rather be the guy fixing it? Or would you rather take it to a shop and just have to pay all that money and your mom's looking at you like, damn, my son don't know how to do nothing? You know what I mean? Within reason. Don't do your mom's brakes if you don't know what you're doing. You don't want to kill your mom either. But just Be a sponge, learn what you can. You're gonna get grown. 18 to 21. Get used to being around a new crowd. Because like I said, you're not dealing with your target audience no more isn't 15 to 18. Now it's 18 to 21. So now you're around, or 18 to 30, 40. You could talk to anybody now. Maybe you're not going to connect, but you're going to talk, you're going to be around everybody now. So just learn to learn to be comfortable in like uncomfortable situations. You know, be all right with being cringe. Be all right with just being awkward and sitting in silence and just kind of marinating in it. You know, you sometimes to get that confidence and the charisma to like be in those situations and know what to do, you kind of got to fake it till you make it and just be there and just, you know, don't be a smart ass or don't be a kiss ass or nobody likes a snitch, kiss ass, somebody who's talking nonsense. Be authentic, be yourself, but also, you know, you're nervous. Okay, you know, I get nervous, but try to control your emotions. This will help you in the future. You want to be able to control your emotions, control how you're portraying yourself and how you're acting, and this will reflect back into your head because now you know what, I'm there. I might be nervous, but I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna calm down. So when I'm here next time, this isn't so awkward, so weird. I can steer the conversation how I want to steer it. I'm not sitting here confused and I feel out of place. This guy's 45 years old, is an adult. No, you know what? It's fine. It's another person I could talk to. I'm gonna, you know, no reason to feel worried. I'm younger, but you know what? This guy could be my friend. I could learn from this guy. I could talk to this guy with confidence about what I want to talk about. If he wants to be a stickler or a hard ass, you know what? At the end of the day, it's not like you're leaving. You're leaving out of like defeat. It's just you're leaving almost like, okay, you know what? I know this guy maybe got a problem. It's nothing about me. It's nothing personal. Just maybe this guy got an issue with it. But I could walk away from this, not take it to heart, and just know that like I'm building myself, my charisma, and inevitably it's just gonna become a natural thing. You can talk to anybody about anything, anywhere. You don't gotta worry about putting up this facade. And that taps into authenticity. Don't try to be. You don't gotta be everybody's friend, and don't try to be so likable. I'm talking with my hands, but this just helps me keep going. You don't gotta be likable. You don't gotta be everyone's friend. Like I said, don't be a kiss ass. 100% of the time, I've been in situations just being myself. Yeah, I'm a little weird. Yeah, I'm a little freaky, right? But being myself, I've been able to make genuine friendships, business connections. I don't know, just be able to talk to whoever about whatever instead of having to like put up this image or this perceived persona that I think the person will like. No, that's bullshit. Because then you're not even comfortable. You're trying to, oh yeah, one up yourself each time. Just be yourself, man. Be yourself. Be comfortable. Just know that there's people out there who are like you and who will click with you. You don't gotta click with everybody. And if you know you're talking to person A and they don't like you, that's all right. Person A for you, but there's person B right here, and person C and D. You know, there's more people to meet. You don't gotta be stuck up on making everyone your best friend. Yeah, maybe someone's got a better opportunity than you, but you don't click with them. Don't mash it. Don't try to make it work. Don't play that. You're not gonna be happy. Just be authentic to yourself, what you like to do, and it'll tap in everything else. With whether it's work or your passion or your friendships, it'll tap in everything. You know, at work, it'll make work a lot easier. Find the middle ground, obviously, because you're at work, so you can't be doing all these outlandish things that you normally do outside of work. But you'll find the middle ground where you're comfortable. You know, I'm being myself, and I'm not putting up this image for people to think I'm, you know, hot shit, the guy. You know what I mean? You'll be the guy by being yourself. Next. I think it's gonna be a closing statement now because I don't got much more. But big thing to take in is just authenticity, and remember, everyone in this entire fucking world, everyone's confused, everyone's lost like you. Some people are better at handling it, and they're more, I guess, calloused, and you know, they can configure better. That's what it all comes down to, man. Just being able to adapt. Some people just can adapt better. You know what I mean? Everyone's confused, everyone's lost, everyone's just fucking trying to make it through the day, but just adapt, be yourself, and be wise with your time, your money, and your friendships and family. You know what I mean? Because all these things, I mean, those are what really matter at the end of the day. Yeah, money is something you really got to worry about, sadly, right? But just find your bearings, find a sweet middle ground, and just kind of stack yourself and stack these assets. And just once you get to a certain, I'm 23 right now, so I'm still real young. But the faster you get comfortable with yourself, the faster it'll turn into a real world, I guess, comfortability. Yeah, just real world situations where you'll be fine and you won't have to second guess everything and feel like an outcast when, like I said, everyone's as lost as you are. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make more videos randomly. This is just a random video of me talking to the camera. I'm gonna try to make more videos about things I like to do too. I don't know if I should follow a niche or if I should just post what I like doing. So I might just post what I like doing for a while. I'll probably try a little bit of everything. Like making music. I got business venture I wanna maybe catalog on here. My current position, I do maintenance, so it'd be cool to make something like related to that. I love cars, so I'll just see where this kind of goes, and I wanna see if I can stick to this, because it'd just be cool to log everything and see how I, develop over time, and just kind of look back on these cool thoughts and see if other people relate to this. 'Cause I don't know. I just sometimes, like I said, I sometimes feel out of place, but then I'm like, you know what? Everyone's lost. Everyone's trying to make it through the day. Everyone wants the same thing, and I think everyone should just be more understanding of people and just kind of more accepting of the fact that we're all trying to make it, man. We're all trying to get that nice freedom and that nice place on the water or in the mountains or wherever the hell you want, so you can be yourself and just indulge in yourself. And even if it's not there at your house right now where you're at, indulge in yourself and just enjoy your time on this planet and use it. Cool. Chalo out.